Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of What's Wrong with Wrestling. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano.
We are here to recap Stomping Grounds. Stomping the grounds of WWE. It was an hour 30 pay-per-view. Went by very, very quickly.
Yeah, almost.
No, it was what, like 3:15?
Yes.
Without the pre-show?
Without the pre-show, yeah.
And, it was probably what we expected. Maybe slightly better. Because our expectations were garbage. And that's why no fans went to this event.
Right.
We got a picture from a fan, and it showed, like at least 40% of the arena was blocked off?
The whole left section was tarped off.
Blocked off.
I've never seen that before, where the whole side of an arena...
Even at like a SmackDown, they'll tarp off pieces, the upper deck, but not the whole side of the arena.
Right. I want to know how many free tickets.
There must have been cameras in there, though, right? I didn't see
them. There was just the camera.
Just the cameras.
Yeah.
And the tarps all around the cameras.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to know how many free tickets they gave away.
Right. That's tarping off with free tickets.
Yeah.
Probably. Wow.
Or the 2-for-1 deal or whatever they were offering that we heard. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it was better than expected. I mean, it was rematch after rematch after rematch. But I would say, I know we grade it every time, but I don't think we have to go through the grading. I mean, we could still do it, but it wasn't a bad pay-per-view.
D+.
It wasn't a good pay-per-view. It was just a pay-per-view.
Right.
It's like the Roman thing.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It was average.
It was on.
It was average.
It was an average Raw.
The network didn't mess up for me. So that was a plus.
That's a plus. Probably because no one was watching, so the server wasn't really being bogged down.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. You're in Washington. You're ticket sales are bad. Why not give Daniel Bryan a big match? Yeah. That might help ticket sales.
Maybe you can't have pay-per-views in such small cities anymore. I don't know if Tacoma, Washington's big enough to have a...
I think I read that this was the first time they've ever done a pay-per-view in Tacoma. Yeah.
And last.
And with the declining in ratings, you would wonder, why are you doing this? Now, Extreme Rules is in 3 weeks, and they're going back to their bread maker, like they're going to Philly.
Houston. Oh, right.
Not Houston. Houston's okay.
Houston's okay, yeah.
Yeah, Houston does all right. But Philly,
That's where all their fans are?
They'll pack the house there. Yeah. They always do in Philly.
Just so they can boo the crap out of the pay-per-view.
The Philly fans are the best.
They are.
God, when Eric and I went for the Rumble, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
So Stomping Grounds... We kick things off with the cruiserweights in the pre-show.
Yeah.
We got Tony Nese versus Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa.
Right.
For the cruiserweight title, the purple thing. But this was a great match. It really was.
Yeah, it was high energy, fast-paced.
Yes.
A lot of pin attempts.
I would say it was probably the best match of the night.
Yeah, probably.
Tony Nese was on the apron, and he was hanging off the second rope, and then Gulak suplexed Tozawa into him. That was pretty nice. Not sure if I've seen that before. And then later, Gulak had his submission, the Gulak, locked in. That's what it's called. He had it locked in on Tony Nese, and it's kind of like a coquina clutch, except he has his arm like going this way around his neck.
Yep.
And then Tozawa broke it up with a senton off the top rope. So some good spots there.
Yep.
And then in the end, Gulak hit Tozawa with the torture rack neck breaker to pick up the win and become the new cruiserweight champion.
So good for him.
Good for Gulak.
He's on NXT, but now he's the cruiserweight champion.
Well, every time he's on NXT, they're like, "Oh, from 205 Live, it's Drew Gulak."
Maybe Enzo comes back now to challenge him.
Yeah, right. No, but Gulak is he's too good to be on to just be on 205 Live.
We love this guy. We think he's really good. Good wrestler, funny on the mic. Way too good.
Yeah.
Way too good to be on.
I mean, for a while he was like the funniest part of Raw.
Right.
With him and Enzo.
Right.
He was great.
He was good.
So,
you're good. You're good.
All right, so next up we have Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's Championship. This match was okay. Lacey had some trouble keeping up during the fast-paced parts.
Yeah.
She's still very green.
Sure.
I mean, her character's good. She can pull off the character pretty well. Lacey wiped her armpits with her handkerchief and threw it at Becky while she was down.
Blech.
However, Becky got up and shoved it down Lacey's throat.
Yeah, at least it's your own pits.
Yeah. And then Corey Graves yelled, "It's the mandible claw!"
Yeah, that's right.
So that was good. And then Lacey did some weird stunner where she had Becky and then just jumped off the bottom rope. So like a foot off the ground stunner.
Yeah, but it's still better than a 0 off the ground stunner.
I don't know.
I
think I could jump higher than a foot.
I thought you could almost make that her finisher.
I didn't love it.
All right.
But in the end, Lacey taps out.
Like immediately.
To the disarmer.
Like it was like, tap.
Yeah.
Like she was just hitting that ground as soon as she put her in it.
Yeah. I kind of prefer that. It makes it seem more realistic. The UFC, if you get them in any type of fucking submission, they tap immediately, or else they'll break it off.
Right. Or mostly when it's involving your head.
Yeah.
Like the minute they feel like, oh, my ear's gone, tap.
Right. Unless you're Holly Holm.
Isn't that the saddest thing in the world?
It's disturbing.
When she's like out and she just throws her, like she still thinks she's punching someone.
Yeah.
Like, where's her brain?
The ref's like,
get off. She's dead. She's dead.
Yeah.
She's dead. Sorry.
Right.
My bad. And that's probably why the refs are so quick to stop fights. And you're like, why did they stop this fight? Because of the Holly Holmes of the world who don't know how to quit.
Well, when you get knocked out, you wake up and you don't know that you got knocked out.
Right.
You wake up and you're like, what happened? I don't remember what happened, because you literally lose memory. You lose that like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, what do you last remember? We were in the locker room right before the fight, and you were telling me like I was guaranteed to win. What happened?
Troy Aikman told a story once that, because he's famous for getting concussions. He had a ton of concussions. He said he got a concussion. He was in the doctor's office, and then later he talked to I think it was Jerry, the coach.
Yeah, Jerry. Oh no, Jim Johnson.
Jim Johnson. Yeah. Or someone, and he was like, and he was asking about like the upcoming NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
He's like, well, the game's tomorrow. He's like, no, it was yesterday. We won. Yeah. Like he didn't even remember the.
He didn't remember the game. 24 hours.
He didn't remember that he won a playoff game.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's why he retired.
It's scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, Becky retains. Good for her. Next up, we go backstage where Kayla Braxton is outside of Baron Corbin's locker room. When Paul Heyman walks out, Kayla asks Heyman if he's the special guest referee, and will we see Brock Lesnar tonight? Heyman says the real question is the WWE Champion Kofi Kingston here? Is the Universal Champion Seth Rollins here? Obviously, That's a yes. And does that present an opportunity for my client, Brock Lesnar? And then Heyman walks away.
So she's like, so he's not here.
Right. Yeah. Heyman walks away, and then Corbin walks out and tells Kayla, if you keep hanging around my locker room, I'm going to think you want more than just an interview.
Yeah, me too. What the fuck, WWE?
Yeah.
Horrible.
And then he just slowly unzips his pants. And then he's just like, Kayla, you could blow me standing up right now. and Kayla's like, all right, fine. But
fine, you're
have
tall.
You chosen your referee?
You're tall.
Have you chosen your referee yet?
Will you at least give me the referee's name if I do this? Yeah. I mean, it's a reporter, right? You do it for the job.
Yeah. So he says he's chosen a ref, and he says that the ref will call the match right down the middle. Yeah. And if he has to, he'll deal with Brock Lesnar. So, knowing what we know now,
right?
What do you think that meeting with Heyman was all about?
Nothing. Unexplained. Will never go explained. Nothing.
But I mean, if you had to like make up a story.
Oh, Jesus. Him trying to say, look, I'll call it fair down the middle. I'll let you be champion. And then, maybe then you give Brock a title shot in the future. Mm. Right? Because he can't beat. Who would Brock rather fight? He'll beat Corbin in 5 seconds. Seth, I
was thinking maybe like Corbin was paying off Lesnar to not show up. Like, here, I'll just give him. How much does Lesnar need to not come here?
What, ever? Yeah. I mean,
no, just tonight. Just tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next up, we have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Big E and Xavier Woods in a This Means Nothing match.
Yeah, nothing.
Woods put Big E in the electric chair, so he could splash onto Sammy, so that was impressive.
Sure.
Sammy later hit Woods with the haluva kick, and then KO hit the pop-up sit-down powerbomb, but Big E broke up the pin. Biggie speared Sammy out of the ring, and then in the end, Woods goes to the top rope, but KO knocks him down, hits a stunner, and picks up the win.
Stunner ends it.
So KO and Sammy finally get a win.
Right.
It's been so long.
But I think we all predicted that, right?
Yeah. It was just to try to make...
a nothing match. You have a lot of faces going over in these matches, so you have to give some heels.
Just to try to trick anyone. Well, maybe if the New Day lost there, they'll lose tonight in the cage match.
Right.
So next up, we have Samoa Joe versus Ricochet for the U.S. Championship. Ricochet had many nice spots, including a lion salt. He also sold very well, like usual. Ricochet went for a kick, but Joe caught it and flipped Ricochet, and he did like a double backflip, landing on his back. It was very nice.
Yep.
Later, Joe went for the coquina clutch, but Ricochet got out of it in a cool way, like kind of he went up on the ropes and then got out of the ring like with the apron and everything.
Yeah.
And then in the end, he hit the code breaker and then the 630 to get the win and become the new United States champion.
I kind of like the finish, the way like he was about to hit it, and then he didn't, and then they were able to do it again after the code breaker.
Right.
Very nice. Yeah, I predicted. I just saw the sheet and I was like, man, none of these champions are losing tonight, so something has to happen.
Yeah.
You can't have a pay-per-view where nothing happens.
Right.
And it's his time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's an NXT superstar that needs a shitty title.
That's why I thought he was losing. He's an NXT superstar.
No, they all win the U.S. title first.
That's right.
Then they get buried.
It's
literally the start of their burial process.
Yes, that's right.
Because winning the U.S. title by itself is a slight burial.
Yeah.
You're slightly burying someone.
Bobby Roode,
they were going to bury you in the mid card by giving you this title.
Bobby Roode had it for like a month. Then as soon as he lost it, we didn't see him for 6 months.
Right.
And we still don't see him.
Shinsuke had it, right?
He did.
Yeah, everybody has it.
Yeah. It's
Samoa
true.
Joe had it.
It's the NXT title.
Samoa Joe? NXT. Yeah. Obviously.
It's the NXT title.
Yeah.
So then we see Ricochet walk back into Gorilla, where Seth Rollins, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Carmella, Heavy Machinery, and Charlotte are giving him a round of applause. The Charlotte one's weird because isn't she a heel?
So, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Next to Charlotte was Carmella.
Yes.
He hugs the first two people, waves to Carmella.
Yeah.
Goes to hug Charlotte. She's having none of it.
Right.
So he kind of bro hugs her.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Charlotte. And then moves on to Heavy for Machinery. And
maybe Charlotte was staying in character, even though they told her to.
Why would she even be there?
Go clap for Ricochet.
Why is she in Tacoma, Washington?
Yeah.
Why fly her there?
Right. Andrade wasn't even in action.
Well, this proves that they fly everyone to every arena just in case someone gets hurt.
Yeah.
So you have someone ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins were there.
You fly everyone to every arena.
They waste so much money.
Do they pay for your flight?
Yeah.
So that you can expense the flight.
Yes.
Or whatever. They book it.
Yeah, they don't
but your
pay.
rent a car, they don't pay for.
They don't pay for the rent a car.
Or the hotel, or they pay for the hotel?
No, I think they pay for the hotel.
So hotel and flight. How you get around is on
the
you.
pay-per-views, and I think when it's Raw and SmackDown, like TV, they pay for everything except for the rent a car, and then I think maybe the house shows they don't pay for the hotels or something.
Independent contractors who cannot work anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's got to bite them in the ass. This is the time of the employee. This is the time of people. This is the time of human rights right now.
Yeah.
This has got to fucking bite him in the ass.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to take someone like Kevin Owens going to AEW like on a whim and them going, wait, you're under contract. Be like, no, I'm an independent contractor. I am not an employee. I can do this. They go to court in California, lose, then everyone's like, we're all free agents all of a sudden. That could be so fucking crazy.
Well, what if AEW starts giving their people insurance and real jobs? And Chris Jericho claims he's not an independent contractor anymore. He says I'm officially an employee of AEW. He says he's not an independent contractor
so all
with
of them
AEW.
Are employees. Has to
That's
be.
what Jericho says.
What else? Why else is going there?
But that'll really change the game if AEW offers them full benefits and everything, and then they could take it to court. And look, this wrestling promotion, which isn't nearly as big as WWE,
right,
just started. They offer their employees benefits.
Well, again, it's the independent. You can have independent contractors, but you cannot tell them they can't work elsewhere.
Right.
It's literally part of the employment law.
Right.
And how WWE gets away with it is insane.
I should know. I'm an independent contractor right now.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
And you could do this.
Exactly. So Seth gives him a hug. Otis gives him a bigger hug. And then Triple H shows up and they embrace.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good moment. And then as Ricochet walks away, Hurricane Helms in a suit walks by.
He did?
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't.
He was in
really?
a blue suit, yeah. And he just kind of was like, yeah, and he walked off.
So he's like
He's a
an
backstage
employee?
producer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, but Maven can't be?
No, he can't.
I
it's
found
so
out
fun
that you never believed me. I was
No.
like,
Well,
he walked right past
I looked
me.
into it. He works for Barclay Center.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he's not a WWE employee.
So it was him.
So
we're both
him.
like, we were right.
Yeah. We were both right and wrong.
And wrong.
At the same time.
Oh, yeah, I mean, was I?
Yeah, he said he worked for WWE.
He
He said he worked for WWE.
I really just said I saw him. We're retarded. All right.
Yeah.
Next.
So next up, we have Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan versus Heavy Machinery for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Daniel got a big ovation from his home state, and Heavy Machinery got booed every time they had any offense.
Yeah, and while they were going back and forth and doing some moves, for a moment there, I had no confidence they were going to beat Daniel Bryan.
No, of course not. The crowd chanted, "Please recycle." It was either "Please recycle" or "We recycle," but
right. I mean,
it
they're
was one of
basically.
those.
Why didn't they do like the Hart Foundation did when they were in Canada?
Yes.
When you're in a super liberal city,
Right.
Just be the fucking face.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, just own it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad I'm in a city that actually cares about recycling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Who cares about the environment? Yeah, it would be great. Because it was so confusing when the Hart Foundation did it, but in a cool way.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much every city recycles, but like, I don't know. It's just, as long as you don't like yell at people and be like, you suck because you don't recycle. Like, I don't know. It's,
Yeah, but in Texas, it's fuck you, we want our beef. You know what I mean? Whereas like some cities like Tacoma, I can see them being like, no, this is great.
yeah. So Daniel did his yes kicks to Otis or whatever he calls it now.
Right.
I don't even know what he calls it now.
They're not yes kicks?
No. Nothing's yes anymore.
Oh, vegan kicks?
Vegan kicks.
That's right.
Well, because the yes lock is now the LaBelle lock, which is the original name for it.
Right.
But he does the yes kicks to Otis, and for some reason that makes Otis Hulk up,
Yeah.
which was funny.
It is funny. Makes no sense. This
Right.
is like one of his setup moves, key setup moves.
But
And he takes literally 22 of those kicks,
Yeah.
and it doesn't phase him at all.
Yeah. He hulks up, gets some offense in. Tucker did a moonsault off the top rope.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
And he even
Daniel
did a jump off the top ropes onto Rowan.
Yeah.
On the outside of the ring, too.
Yeah. Daniel rolled out of the way, but Tucker's so much bigger than him that his feet still hit Daniel.
Right.
And then in the end, Daniel rolled up Tucker for the win.
Simple roll up. Yeah, when Tucker just wasn't looking and Daniel was sitting there for a little bit playing possum.
I mean, we've learned from the Fashion Files that the funny tag team is not going to win the titles.
No.
They would have done it with the Fashion Files.
Or the Bushwhackers.
Or the
Or
Bushwhackers.
the 100 other funny tag teams that have been in existence.
Yeah.
And no.
It's just kind of funny because, like, you really feel like Vince doesn't really give a shit about the tag titles anyway. So, like, why would he care who these titles are on? By the way, the tag titles, those are the only titles that heels are holding right now. Everything else is being held
the
by
women's tag.
Okay,
Women's
well, I meant all the tag titles because the Revival have the Raw.
Oh, tag titles are heels. Every other title
Yes,
is face.
right.
Oh, now that Ricochet
Yeah.
and the IC champ.
Yes, Finn Balor.
Who? Finn Balor.
Yeah, where the fuck is Finn Balor? He was just on vacation. He was in Ireland. He just took another vacation
He was where?
in Ireland.
Yeah, right.
I guess he came back just for Saudi Mania and then he went back to Ireland.
Right.
Gotta find my demons.
Yeah.
I have to get rid of exorcise the demons.
Exorcise the demons. This house is clear.
Yes. So yeah, everyone else is a face. It's interesting. And next up, we have Bayley versus Alexa for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Alexa looked amazing in blue.
Yep. with the little dark lipstick shade.
Yes, she looked so hot.
Yummy.
One of her fans, Kelsey, tweeted at me like, "Oh, 2 women are in blue. Andrew must be losing his mind." Well,
He was.
I was. Alexa, I'm sorry. Nikki was outside the ring, ringside for the match. Later, Alexa was outside the ring. Nikki helped her up. Bayley went for the suicide dive, but Alexa moved, and Bayley took out Nikki.
Right.
Holy shit. And then Alexa hit Bayley with a sunset flip powerbomb outside the ring. That was a nice spot.
Very cool.
Alexa threw Bayley back in the ring, got on the top rope to go for a twisted bliss, but then Nikki got in the ring because she wanted to go after Bayley, and the ref got Nikki out of the ring eventually. Bayley then got up and went after Alexa on the top rope. Alexa knocked her back down, went for the twisted bliss, but Bayley put her knees up and then hit Bayley to belly for the win. So Nikki kind of cost Alexa the
I don't know if they were going
match.
for that. If they were going for that, they could have easily just had her run in. She leaves, and she does a twisted bliss that catches the knees.
Yeah.
Because it gave Bayley time to recover.
Yes.
I don't know if they were going for that or
But
not.
after the match, Nikki was like apologizing, and it just maybe because she was a face, they didn't want her to completely fuck it up. It doesn't make much sense.
Not really.
And you have to wonder, where would they go with this now?
Right.
Are we just leading to an Alexa Nikki feud for nothing? For no title? Probably.
One of them, I don't know. A turn by one of them?
Or maybe Alexa gets a shot at Becky now and they do the same exact thing. You bullied me in NXT. Nikki, help me. Oh, Nikki, you fucked up again.
I guess.
Yeah. That's what I would think.
I don't even see why that feud would be relevant, even.
How is this feud relevant?
What? Bayley and Alexa? At least it's a heel and a face that have been champions.
That
No,
we've
it's
seen
not.
them
It's
fight before.
It's not relevant.
Next up, we get a 24/7 update, and this was all over social media, obviously, so I'm sure everyone saw this, but we see Drake Maverick get married while wearing the 24/7 title.
Right.
However, R-Truth rolls him up to win it back, and then Drake chases after him, and his wife's mad. She tweeted that she wants a divorce.
Andrew thinks this was set up like after the wedding or before the wedding, and they did all this.
Yeah.
I think it was during the actual
It
wedding.
was the real wedding.
Why wouldn't it be? That would be perfect.
Then I think that tweet is true, that she wants a divorce.
Yeah, for sure.
And EC3 is living his gimmick in the wedding, holding a fucking plastic cup.
Jesus.
What is going on? Like, is he a street prophet? Is he one
Yeah,
of the street prophets? That's his gimmick. What's your gimmick? I hold a cup.
Yeah.
Like Eric makes
And I
fun
don't
of
talk.
Yeah, like Eric brings up the fact that Alexa likes coffee, and that's a bad gimmick too. But like EC3 just holds a cup. He doesn't even drink anything. He just
Drink anything.
holds the cup. And it's funny because in real life, Braun Strowman was one of the best men too, which is surprising because they didn't know each other until Drake got to WWE. So they must have become really
don't know
good
about
friends right away. Well, Braun
Maybe.
wasn't in any independent circuits before this. He was straight from NXT.
True.
So they must have become really good friends right away. But obviously he wasn't in this video because you could have EC3 being there and be his best man and everything, but not Braun Strowman.
Right.
Because he probably would have stopped R-Truth from doing all of this. But it was funny. I thought maybe they were doing this, they were showing us this here because we would have some sort of 24/7 thing happen at Stomping Grounds, but we didn't.
Why
And
wouldn't you?
They
Why
had plenty
wouldn't you?
of extra time.
Plenty of time.
The pay-per-view ended 45 minutes early.
When does this R-Truth... What ends first? R-Truth getting his title back or the title?
Wait, what ends first? Oh, like R-Truth stays the champion?
Like, does R-Truth... Like, yeah.
I think he's staying the champion.
Like, he'll always win it back
Yeah.
until in the title's history.
Yeah. And then it'll end with R-Truth.
It's so stupid.
He'll just...
He should lose it now and then goes on for 2 more years. And then he wins it back and then the title's done. Or they merge it. Have a
merge it.
merge championship.
Yeah. But yeah, they had plenty of time to do some 24/7 stuff. I knew it wasn't going to happen because I saw Carmella's Instagram and she wasn't at the pay-per-view. So they didn't fly Carmella there. Carmella got the night off.
She was there. Carmella was there.
She was there. Oh, yes, she was. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I saw
Corey was there.
Corey was there.
I didn't know
Carmella
they were
was
still
there.
a thing.
Yeah.
When they came out on social media this week.
Mm-hmm.
Did not know that was still a thing. I thought it was just a slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Like Roman said on television. You have to watch our little bracket.
Yeah. Coming out later this week.
About that later this week.
That's right. Yeah, Carmella was there. But no R-Truth, no 24/7 stuff, whatever. Backstage, Ricochet is doing a photo shoot with the U.S. title when Gallows and Anderson walk up and they want to join him. They're like, hey, let's do it. Too sweet. And Ricochet's like, no, that's okay. But then AJ Styles walks up, congratulates Ricochet, and tells him, I'll see you tomorrow night. And they walk away. So they're kind of doing the club again.
So was Ricochet in the club?
No.
Oh. Then what was this about?
Styles is probably going to challenge him on
For the
Raw.
U.S. title?
He's been the U.S. champion before.
Yeah, so does everyone. Then they move on.
Well, he was the WWE champion, then the U.S. champion, then the WWE champion again.
This is so dumb.
How can you have Styles lose this match, though? You can't, right?
I don't think they're going to fight.
They're not going to fight?
I don't think so. I think they maybe, I don't know. This is so stupid.
But it's obvious they're just doing the club right now because of the Tokyo show or whatever. When
That's what they're saying. Man, all these guys, even AJ Styles traveled to the city to do nothing.
Yeah.
Unless it was taped.
Right.
I guess it could have been taped.
It could have been.
Was Ricochet sweaty?
But Styles hasn't done really much in a while anyway. It's all been backstage
True.
segments because he's been hurt.
Again, you fly these people over. Well, I guess Raw will be probably in a neighboring city anyway, so it's probably no big deal to fly them.
Yeah, they would, just drive to the next city. So, that's interesting. I mean, the match has to happen now, right? They teased it. Maybe it doesn't end in a... Maybe it doesn't... Samoa Joe, they'll have the match and Joe will interfere. And it'll end in a DQ, That'll happen.
So AJ challenges him.
That's my lock of the week.
Lock of the century.
Of the
week.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't see this happening. I don't know. You're right. They showed it on the pay-per-view. Uh-huh. Maybe they try to recruit him for the club.
No.
And then in Japan, he fights.
No, he's like, I'll see you tomorrow night. And he tapped the title. Yeah. Taking that from you, bitch.
No way.
Joe will interfere. No, I'm saying Joe will interfere. It'll end in a DQ.
But still, this is what AJ Styles is doing now?
Yes.
He's like the most talented, popular guy.
Yeah.
All right.
This is what he's doing.
I guess the other two titles are taken.
He wouldn't have re-signed with WWE if he wasn't okay with just doing this for the rest of his career. You would think if he wanted another big moment, he'd fucking go to AEW or something.
I think he'll get another big moment before he's gone. I don't think he's going to do this.
Maybe a retirement moment, sure.
No, I think he'll win a major title again. Yes, dude.
The rumor was he didn't want to be WWE champion anymore because of the extra work.
The schedule.
Yeah, but...
Maybe.
Again, that's a rumor. Who knows if it's true.
Got to be with the kiddos.
Although they did just have Daniel randomly beat him like out of nowhere on SmackDown. So it seemed like that's what they were going for. But we'll see. Next up, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Again. We got Shane ringside who interfered, I think, 30 times.
Right.
That should have been a question on the fucking sheet.
You put 21. I had 21 as well. So, yeah. No one had
McIntyre did the reverse Alabama slam to Roman on the announce table. It was a nice spot. Later, Roman hit the spear, went for the pin, but Shane pulled the ref out of the ring. Shane hit Roman with the coast to coast and put the ref back in the ring, but Roman kicks out of the pin attempt. Shane, you have all the power. Just be the ref.
Why? Yeah, it doesn't really make sense for the storyline.
None of this makes sense.
If you have all the power, be the ref. Make the ref count faster. Count when you pull the ref out. You count.
Fire him.
Fire Roman.
Fire Roman.
All these things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
At least when Vince was feuding with Steve, he was like, "I hate you, Steve, but damn it, you make me so much money,
right?
So I can't fire you." But Roman, it's just like, just fire him.
He would say, "But I'll make it fair. It's you versus the Undertaker and Kane."
Yeah,
or some shit like that. They stack the deck.
The worst Shane can do is this. So a few minutes later, Roman throws Shane out of the ring and he spears McIntyre for the win. Later backstage, Shane is with McIntyre. He looks in the camera and says Roman Reigns will face me and McIntyre in a 2-on-1 match tomorrow night on Raw. Wild card.
Wild card. Why can't they do it on SmackDown? Why can't they do it on SmackDown?
Because then McIntyre would be a wild card.
Oh, all these wild cards.
Yeah.
So crazy.
I know, it's really stupid. They should stop. Please stop.
Just stop.
Please stop.
There's one
I had to hit it 19 times.
Right.
19 times in the podcast last week. There were 19 wild cards.
Is that how many there were?
On Raw and SmackDown.
That's a lot of wild cards.
4 on Raw, 4 on SmackDown, or 19.
Or whatever works.
Yeah. What the... And then that one week where they had Lumberjacks and there was like 8 wild cards.
Right.
8 wild card Lumberjacks. What? The jobbers on SmackDown weren't good enough?
No. You need to have jobbers.
The fuck, man? The worst Shane could do now is a 2-on-1 match against Roman. It's just the same bullshit.
And that ends in a
sucks
DQ.
so bad.
You know it's going to end in just like a DQ.
Yeah.
It's going to beat him up. Yay.
Looks like all DQ matches for Raw tomorrow.
Right, for sure.
This sucks so much.
I know.
It's just the same fucking thing over and over again. Fuck. So next up we have Kofi versus Dolph for the WWE Championship in a steel cage.
Again.
At least this was a good match.
Yeah.
In the end, Dolph was crawling, trying to escape through the door, but Kofi dove. He ran from one side, dove through the second rope,
Right.
and then just landed on his face to
Yep.
escape through the door before Dolph to retain. And then they said, like, well, you know, it's either 2 feet or face.
Or face.
Yeah.
Or you said 3/4 of a face.
3/4 of a face at least.
So like face, nose, maybe an ear.
Yeah.
And you win.
I think on SmackDown, Kofi, he's just going to, relinquish the title, be like, well, I broke my face, so I'll just do what Ray did. Here you go, Joe. Or here you go, Dolph.
Here you go, Dolph. You were closer.
Yeah. And then after the match, Charlie Caruso interviewed Kofi on the stage with Biggie and Woods standing next to him. I didn't get what Kofi said because the whole time I was drooling over Charlie Caruso in a tight, short, like cheetah dress. It was fucking, or leopard. It was amazing.
I was there for that. Yes.
Holy shit.
Andrew was lost.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Caruso.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie.
Andrew needed a bathroom break.
It was the first time I ever went, oh, Charlie.
Yeah. Even Kofi was like, I give a lot of credit to Dolph. He's a good competitor. When do
Yeah.
you say that about a bad guy?
Right.
Who said all these horrible things about
Oh,
him?
he said that?
Yeah. It's weird.
Okay.
Yeah. You missed it. You missed the whole speech.
What are you going to do? I'm going to Charlie World. What?
That was a good spot, him diving through the ropes.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
it was
That
great.
cute.
Don't
You
think
know he
we've
was going
ever
to do something fun with him. Why? If you're going to have him as champ, you might as well let him do cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
No blood, though, which is stupid.
Well, yeah. I mean, how many times did they throw each other face first into the fucking steel
Right.
and then no blood?
Yep.
So for the main event, lots of farts. For the main event, we had Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin for the Universal Championship. Seth comes out with a chair and says, whoever is the ref is getting this chair. And then Corbin announces the special guest referee is the classy Southern belle, Lacey Evans.
Oh, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed we didn't think about that.
Right?
Seth's girlfriend's opponent
Yeah.
that night.
Yep.
And he can't hit them with a chair. Oh, it's so
Can't do it.
obvious.
They could all beat up Nia Jax
Right.
because she's a monster.
But you can't touch Lacey. No,
So Lacey
sir.
comes out looking sexy in a referee top, and Seth does not hit her with the chair.
No.
So Corbin attacks Seth from behind and hits him with the chair before the match officially starts. Later, Seth hits Corbin with a high knee, goes for the pin. Lacey does a super slow count, and Corbin kicks out. So if she did a normal count, Corbin loses to a high knee?
Yes.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of these moments in this match.
Yeah.
Corbin just wasn't on his A game.
No.
But fortunately, he had Lacey Evans in his corner.
Yes. Later, Seth powerbombs Corbin through the announce table,
Yeah.
proving that he doesn't need the shield. He could just do that by himself.
Literally, it was like a shield powerbomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth then got in the ring, and Lacey counted very slow, then finally told the ring announcer that this match is no count out. Corbin then chokeslammed Seth on the apron and goes for the pin, but Seth kicks out, but Lacey did a normal count for some reason. Like, you're in cahoots with Corbin. Why not just do 1, 2, 3?
Right. You did a slow count for Seth.
Yeah.
Why not just like two-hand it? Just fucking get it over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of this, none of this.
But a normal count because Seth can't lose here. Seth hits Corbin with a frog splash and goes for the pin. And then Lacey does another slow count, but then stops after 2 because, ow, my shoulder. So Corbin would have lost to a frog splash.
Frog splash, yeah.
Which, it shouldn't be outside the realm of possibility, but it is now.
It is now.
A frog splash should be a finisher.
If you're Seth Rollins, you have to hit the stomp.
So if Eddie Guerrero was around right now, he wouldn't win a match.
No.
Not a single match.
Right.
Neither would Seth Rollins. Shawn Michaels.
Right.
With a fucking super kick. Yeah. Oh, kick out every time.
Kick out and a kick out.
So later, Corbin hits Seth with the chair a few times while Lacey checks her nails. And then she tells Mike Rome that the match is no DQ. After that, Seth gives Corbin a Falcon Arrow on the chair, but this time Lacey doesn't even count. So Seth gets in Lacey's face, but she slaps him and then gives him a low blow and holds it there.
Really gets a good feel for his balls on her arm.
I think
it's a good ball
I think
feel.
After the low blow, she went and squeezed his nuts.
Yeah. She released her hand, open palmed it out, kind of wiping him a little bit, getting the good taint on there. And that's...
with her handkerchief.
And what did I say? I said, now Becky's coming.
Yeah.
You can do all that shit to my man, but you can't grab his nuts. That's my job. And sure enough,
yes,
here comes Bex.
Corbin hits the end of days.
End of days.
But then Becky comes out and beats the shit out of Lacey and gives her a Beck exploder outside the ring.
Yep.
I guess Becky was taking a shit for the last 20 minutes.
I mean, nature calls.
A real man shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good 25-minute shit.
That's a man shit right there. That's how a man takes a shit.
Before I flush, people get in here. I need you to see my man shit.
Yeah.
You'll call me the man now.
Yeah. You know they say with like those wet wipes. It's like, oh, now it's just one wipe. Yeah, that's bullshit. All right, so next up,
a good 7 wipe on those.
Yeah.
It's nice though. It feels nice.
So Lacey's dead. So another ref comes out. Seth hits Corbin with the curb stomp for the win, and then after the match, he celebrated with Becky. She spanks him in the ass. And then they tease kissing each other like 10 times.
Like cock tease us on the kiss.
Yeah, cock tease.
And she's like, how about you give me 5 points if they kiss? And I'm like, done. And it was like, yeah! Raise those arms, yeah.
And then they hug. And then, yeah.
And then they don't kiss.
At the very end, Seth kissed Becky on the head.
Right.
But you would do that to a dog. So, like, But no, they did say, like, okay, in the first match, Becky comes out and Michael Cole says, well, Seth Rollins is Becky's boyfriend. And then for the last match, Seth Rollins comes out and then Cole says, well, Becky Lynch is Seth Rollins' girlfriend. Yeah. Did you know that?
He's like a fucking... He's like a second grader.
He's like an old woman.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
They're going out.
Michael Cole's favorite show must be TMZ. Did you see the newest celebrity couple?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
So it was a nice ending with Seth and Becky celebrating together.
You know, whatever. Like, I helped you in.
She even pushed down the ropes for him to get out easy.
Right.
It was
He's such
cool.
a gentleman that he took it.
Yeah.
So again, rating, no Lesnar, no surprises really.
What's an average letter grade?
C.
A C is average?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with a C then.
C minus?
C minus?
C minus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is better. The pre-show ranking was like a solid Z. Wasn't even an F, like an F minus.
The pre-show?
No, like the pre-pay-per-view ranking that we gave the show.
Yeah.
It was like a deep F.
I was saying, if we're just doing the pre-show, if we're talking pre-show only, a B plus for matches at least.
Right.
The Cruiserweight match was awesome.
Yeah, it was good. So yeah, C minus.
Sure, C minus, which is better than most Raws.
Better than most pay-per-views.
But better than most pay-per-views, yeah.
But yeah, stomping grounds. Next is Extreme Rules.
3 weeks away.
Now, how many years?
All of them?
Yeah, a lot of years.
Usually it's not this far into the year.
So 3 weeks. So July 14th? Ish.
I guess so.
And then 3 more weeks later after that was SummerSlam. So it's like 3 pay-per-views in like 6 or 7 weeks.
Jesus.
Tight. Very tight.
Very tight.
Very tight.
I'm sure we'll get Dolph and Kofi again in a tables match.
No!
We'll get Seth and Corbin again.
Oh, God. They can't for SummerSlam.
A chairs match. Doesn't that make sense with this bullshit? Which is the stupidest stipulation, a chairs match. Yep, you can only use chairs. Well, it's no DQ, right? Yeah. So I could use like a kendo stick. I guess.
But we'd like you to only use chairs.
But we're gonna encourage you to only use chairs by setting up 50 chairs outside the ring.
Right.
Just have 50 chairs.
Right. So you could go find a
Who else would he
but there's
fight?
a chair.
Who else would he fight at Extreme Rules?
Anybody.
Who?
Anybody.
Who?
Drew McIntyre.
No. He's fighting Roman
No,
again.
that's
you
over.
know that's happening.
He's lost twice. He's lost twice this year.
It'll be Roman versus Shane versus McIntyre and the Revival and Elias.
He loses to Shane.
Yeah.
He loses to Shane.
Yeah.
Seth.
Seth
loses to Shane. Roman comes and tries to help. He goes for a big Superman punch. He gets out of the way. He punches Seth.
Shane beats the fuck out of Roman because that's what Shane does.
Right. And then a Claymore, and then he pins.
Then
Seth.
Kofi comes out and Shane cashes in on Kofi somehow, and
Right.
Brock Lesnar comes out and Shane beats Brock Lesnar.
For sure.
He's Shane McMahon.
Right.
He's the best in the. Look in my eyes.
No way, it can't be. JR? My God, it can't be. When did JR get caught? I believe it is.
It's like they're setting it up for the greatest reveal of all time.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't happen.
Right.
It's just Shane with the titles for no reason.
What did JR say when he was like, that can't be who I think it is,
Yeah.
but it is. It's music, so it can be him, but it can't be him. So I'll say it's not him. It's him.
Yeah.
That
I
Ric
love
Flair, when Ric Flair came back.
Oh yeah.
Bet on a winner.
Woo! Whenever there was a big return with JR on commentary, it was the best. Like go watch the Cena one where he's number 30 in the Rumble.
my God.
And they hit the music. You see it on the Titantron, and then JR goes, "Wait a minute! It can't be! It is!"
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I love when DX returned. Well, it was the one where Triple H betrayed Shawn, but they came out as DX, you know? And then they hit the music, and then JR was like, "I knew it! I had a stinking feeling!" Like, you know,
Yeah.
JR was the best.
The stinking feeling.
But yeah, we'll see what happens on Raw tomorrow, I guess. It'll probably be a shitty Raw because we're going to get Roman versus Shane
All
and McIntyre.
rematches.
All rematches.
Again on Raw.
Yeah.
They can't do this for SummerSlam again. All these matches again. 3 straight pay-per-views.
No, not SummerSlam, but Extreme Rules.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Extreme Rules. Yeah, but you were saying that then they would continue to fight again at SummerSlam. And they probably will. I'm sure Shane, Roman, and Drew will still be involved in each other's assholes come SummerSlam.
Right. Yeah. I just think Seth will be done with Corbin hopefully by the end of Extreme Rules.
And maybe
But then
club.
who does he fight?
AJ Styles beats Ricochet at Extreme Rules. Like a club.
Yeah.
Like they do the club.
What club are they in?
Or they get, maybe, is there a faction? They go up against New Day.
Yeah.
New Day starts beating them up. And then,
But hold on, think like Vince McMahon for a second. If Corbin's not going to fight for the Universal Championship next, who would it be if you're Vince McMahon?
Ooh, Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley. That's exactly
Is
what I
that
was
what
thinking.
you're
Of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yep.
So either way, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
So
He's like, all right, Lashley. Let's see. Clean win over Seth. SummerSlam. All right. Next, we have I paid him a lot of money to bring him back. Gotta let him win something. And McIntyre's like, God damn it.
right. So that's it. That's our recap. Again, better than we expected, but still a lot of rematches.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right.
We'll see you guys after
Whoa,
Raw and SmackDown.
Whoa.
See you next time.
Let me get my title
on What's Wrong with Wrestling.
Now, I believe
hit the music.
Whenever
Andrew, I'm the editor. Hit the music.
I was NXT champion, and Andrew, you made such a big deal about Andrew 2 belts.
Music.
Andrew was the Andrew 2 belts. And then Eric took the main title away, and I took the NXT title, and you were Andrew no belts.
Yep.
And then me and Eric were having some fun. Well, after further review, in a landslide victory, we now have Joey 2 belts.
Wow.
That's the best sounding one out of all of them.
That's so
really.
cute. Like you've looked up to me. I was the first double champion. you're the second double champion, and now you're just gonna use mine because you look up to me so much.
I believe I was the first double
You've
champion.
wanted to be me
then
for
you
so
became
long.
double champion.
No.
I was the first to hold both of these
That's
titles.
not true at all.
That is true.
No, it's not.
You think this last time was the first time someone held both of these?
No, I was the first.
I was the first.
You weren't doing NXT recaps back in the day.
I'm sorry. Once I started doing NXT recaps,
but before that,
I was the first.
But before that, I was the double.
You went up against Josh. It was basically like, hey,
I don't give a shit.
Hey, Triple H, it's me, Eric Bischoff. You want this? This was laying around.
Sorry.
Hey, Mick Foley, you want this?
You weren't doing NXT recaps. That's not my fault.
Anyway, live in the now, live in the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. The Mets won championship in '86.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets won in '69.
Yeah.
Good year. But I am now Joey Two Belts. And of course I am, because I'm great at this. And these have never been more relevant than they are right now. I don't even know what to do with all of this. It's like draped.
Some would say
Draped in all the gold, just like Undisputed Era said. They were going to be draped in all the gold. I'm basically an honorary member now.
I don't think there's any gold on those
Because I'm
titles.
draped a little bit like painted gold.
Painted gold.
There's a gold right here.
There's some gold there. Is that real?
There's a gold right here. You want to hold on to this one for me?
I mean, sure. I can do that. No?
Nope. So anyway.
Look, I mean, some would call this the second coming of Andrew Pisano.
But you know what they say about the second coming? It's not as good as the original. Hit my music.
It is music. That was pretty good.
What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling. Oh no. And he's always right. Don't you dare have a different opinion. He sounds like Stone Cold Steve Austin. It kinda looks like Kevin Owens. Dean Ambrose is in his daydreams, and Charlotte is in his sex dream. What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling. Oh no. Obnoxious, crazy, loud, egocentric, no doubt that's Joe. Self-proclaimed strongest and best-looking man in the world. Loves wrestling, but only part-time. Strong, big players, pretty sublime, yeah. What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling, oh no. Eric's third most loved, and he can't really hold in his piss. He made hashtag push Eric, yeah, we'll push him off a cliff. He doesn't think Stacy Keebler is that high, and we almost forgot Josh. He's just a troll. What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling, oh no. What's wrong with wrestling? What's wrong with wrestling? So much wrong with wrestling, oh no. Always kill
Lashley.